Welcome to G.A.M.E, the show that covers games, arts, movies, and everything else. And now, here's your host, G.Q.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our show. We have a great show for you today. Good topic, but make sure you follow us on Twitter at GameShowChat. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Email us, gameshowchat@gmail.com. And what's going on with these lights?
John ain't paid no bill, man?
No, we paid the bill. What are you talking about? What's going on with the...
Now, find a new rival.
Come on over! It's worse than Detroit Road. Please, like killing me. For God's sake. Tom Brady.
You didn't know who I was. You didn't know where I was. And you never saw me coming. Today's lesson: be careful what you wish for. As you can see, I have abducted your host, and we're going to be running the show my way. I am the Fandarin. And as you can see, I have a captive panel. We're changing the topic of the show. We're going to be wondering and talking aloud about why Hollywood has such a hatred for large-breasted actresses playing characters that are generally large-breasted and particularly attractive. So we're going to welcome to the panel Big Pimpin' J. You can get this off of him.
Wow.
Silence. And we're going to welcome to the panel Mega Sean.
Why you take his thing off first?
Because he's a white man. Why not? Get over it. Don't play the race card on my show today. I am running the show. We're doing it my way. You, the one who said I'm not online, the one who said that I can't find out where you are because I'm never online. I've even pilfered your collection and brought in some busty beauties to illustrate my points.
I noticed that.
You had to open your mouth.
Well, gentlemen, as I said, the lesson is be careful what you wish for. So, speaking right off the bat, we're going to be talking about Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman. As you see, Princess Diana right there. What is your thoughts on that, Big Pimpin' J?
I completely disagree with the fact that Hollywood is, objectifying these women and large-breasted women. I think the fact that, people like to use women as sexual objects is just...
Silence. We'll move over to a man who apparently is a little bit more masculine than Big Pimpin' J, whose pennies, from what I understand, are not in a bunch. Mega Sean.
Well, I don't really have a choice as to what to say after what I've seen you do to my compadre there, but of course, I mean, who doesn't like, supple women, that are, well, nice to look at. So by all means, curvier the better. And then, and that's how they look. So same thing on the screen.
I see. So you agree with me then?
Yeah.
You're not just saying that?
No, because you had me tied up? No, that's not.
Well, the tying up doesn't change your mind. It's not that I have enslaved your mind.
I don't know, but you did just slap him in the head.
Well, he's a little bit closer.
No, well, I guess that makes good sense.
By way of a apology, Big Pimpin' J, would you like some Big League Chew?
No, thank you.
You're tied up anyway. It's not like you can reach it to put it in your mouth. And I'm not doing that for you. Now, moving on. Just off topic just a little bit, we have Benjamin Geza Affleck, with the stupidest possible middle name I can think of, cast as Batman. I still despise that choice. But anyway, we'll continue. Well, remember that King of Fighters movie that came out years ago? Maybe it was a couple years ago. Do you remember that movie?
It was the best movie I've ever seen in the world.
Seriously?
I think the acting was fantastic. The story was beautiful. I think whoever that they decided to have those women was absolutely amazing.
And the casting?
Was the best thing ever.
You're sure about that?
It was horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's correct. The casting of Maggie Q, Maggie Q, the most flat-chested Asian woman they could find. She's playing Niflim Nikita, I believe, in some new series.
Oh.
They cast her as Mai Shiranui. Now, please tell me, how does that look flat-chested to you? Why would you cast Maggie Q? You could have went and got Ming Na Wen for all I care. At least somebody that has a bust line. But no, they cast Maggie Q as Mai Shiranui.
Yeah.
Silliest possible choice. What's your take on that, sir?
Terrible choice. That's like 2 cassava melons in that thing.
I see.
Yes.
Are you just agreeing again because of the proximity?
No, I mean, I don't know who Maggie Q is, but if you're saying she's flat-chested, then obviously it's clear that young lady over there is not.
I see. Fine. Have any of you been familiar with the Witchblade television series that came out back in the mid-90s?
That was the best show that TNT had for a couple of seasons. I could not believe that they decided to take a beautiful show and cancel it for what they call poor ratings. I mean, the girl who was playing the main lead, she was beautiful. Her acting skills were great. She was half a step away from an Oscar. All right, it was the worst thing since the Holocaust.
That's better. We appreciate someone that's able to form the right opinion. Yancy Butler, who was the most, I actually understand your host at some point in time in his youth interviewed her about that very show and asked her the same question. Why did they change the costume so drastically? Suddenly give you a suit of armor. And of course, she had the fortitude to tell the truth. She does not look like Sarah Pazzini. She doesn't even have even half of a cup of what Sarah Pazzini is showing, and she admitted it.
Missing some assets, I think.
She is missing quite a few assets, yes. And unfortunately, that young woman drank herself into a alcohol-fueled rage, and we hope she got some rehab. Moving right along, what is your feeling on the casting of Anne Hathaway as Selena Kyle? They didn't even bother to call her Catwoman.
I love Selena Kyle. I think Anne Hathaway is awesome. You know, she had the long, beautiful, long, flowing brown hair. Her acting skills were absolutely amazing. She really jumped into character. I think she really, played the role of Selena Kyle perfectly. I mean, I don't think that there's anybody this side of Julie Newmar that could have done a better job of her, aside from the fact that, Julie Newmar is old and dead. I don't really believe that they could. I mean, they could have tried Scarlett Johansson or anybody else, but Anne Hathaway.
Scarlett Johansson was busy.
Anne Hathaway was the perfect choice.
Well, Megashawn will ask you real quickly.
I didn't like it. She didn't have the goggles on.
She had the goggles on. They were actually part of her ears, if you remember.
But they weren't those guys. I like the goggles. The goggles, not this, whatever that new tech. I don't know what it was.
So are you saying she should have went to Dunham's and bought a pair of goggles? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe not Dunham's, but like some type of, sure, Dunham's is Dick's maybe.
Dick's.
Yeah.
Leave it to a man named Muscles T-shirt to shop at a store called Dick's.
That wasn't really necessary, but.
It's the truth.
Okay.
How about the casting of, I know, our floor director who's over there trying his hardest to stay in line, the great Naitakuji. He, I remember, was interested in the Dead or Alive movie that came out years ago. And what was your feeling on the choice of Devin Okoye, or Aokoye, or Aoki, or whatever you want to call that woman? The one that looks like she has leukemia or something like that. What do you think of her casting as the busty Kasumi?
Aside from the fact that she needed a sandwich, I don't think it was terrible. I was more of a Jamie Presley fan.
Jamie Presley. Okay. You probably didn't even see the movie.
The movie as a whole was terrible. It screamed terrible.
Oh, so you did see the movie?
No, I said the movie screamed terrible, so there's no need for me to see it.
I see. So if they would have been selling that movie at Dick's, you probably would have been all over it. However, we'll forgive that because that movie was pretty terrible. Moving right along. Actually, let's move back to Wonder Woman just for a moment. Just to come to think of it, I think Aoki had Down syndrome. It wasn't a leukemia, it was Down syndrome. One of those diseases.
You are a horrible man.
I am supposed to be. I am the Fandarin. This is what I do.
That's fine.
What, you're going to question a man who's on the same block club as Doom?
Good.
Really? Okay. That's what I thought.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You sit right there and keep your mouth shut, just for a few moments longer. Thank you. Smack you upside the head with a big league chew. But anyway.
Why would you slap me with a big league chew?
Because I can. Now, we're running out of time, but back to the original point. Gal Gadot is the one who brought on this conversation, so we're going to look at Gal Gadot, Fast and the Furious franchise.
I think she's beautiful. I think she's the perfect role. I mean, she's 5 foot, beautiful. I mean, nice, cute, attractive eyes. Really, who else could you have possibly chosen to play a 6 foot Amazonian than a 5'3"?
Slap you upside the head with some big league chew. Gal Gadot is flat-chested, has no ass, and she just should not be Wonder Woman until she buffs up as this man has said, eats a couple of sandwiches, she is not the one. Megashawn, final words.
No sandwiches, not the one.
No sandwiches.
No, she doesn't need sandwiches.
What does she need then?
I don't know,
Plastic
steak,
surgery.
potatoes, and some gravy. Looks like she eats lettuce and
So she needs to go down south,
sure.
dirty south.
Or maybe go to the Fandarin's house. I'm sure you got something
No,
with that block
no.
club.
Vanderin does not have anything for her.
No.
She has no assets. Why would I have anything for her?
Of course you wouldn't. You're right.
Exactly. You're doing pretty good for yourself. I might just let you live. However, all of you watching this broadcast, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Follow them on Facebook. Like their Facebook. Like this video. Email them, gameshowchat@gmail.com. Follow them on Twitter @gameshowchat. I am the Fandarin. This is the end of your lesson. Game over.
Kiss my eyes and lay me to sleep. Kiss my eyes and lay me to sleep.
I don't have the same costume. Where's your frame? It's probably, if you got this in, that's why I don't have the same costume. I'm kidding. I'm not as well endowed.